Hello, Spyder fans. This is Keith Johansson, also known as Grandpot. A while ago, I did a video on how to install a Spyder compressor on a Spyder. This is to replace the OEM compressor, which is prone to multiple failures. A couple of people have told me they're having a problem blowing a fuse after installing the 97C compressor. I did some investigating, and the new compressor, the Spyder 97C, draws about 12 amps. The OEM compressor drew about 5 amps, so that's a significant difference, and it warrants putting a separate relay on the system. Now, if you're not having a problem blowing a fuse, don't worry about it, but if you are, this is a fix. The fuses and relays involved will change from model year to model year. I have a 2011 RT, and it has one fuse box in the front, so that's going to be using relay R1 and fuse F8. If you have two fuse boxes in the front, the right box is going to be R4 and fuse 5. There may be some other iterations, but I'm not aware of them right now. The electrical prints you're going to see are from my 2011 RT. I strongly suggest you get a set of prints for your bike and follow the wire numbers and wire colors on those prints. What we're going to be doing is installing a relay that's going to be actuated by the ACS relay. ACS relay is the one that turns on the compressor. That relay will then supply 12 volts directly from the battery. We're going to have a 20 amp fuse on that circuit, and that's going to be plenty to power the compressor. Now, there are two ways to do this. The easiest way is to install this relay while you are installing the compressor at the rear of the bike. But if you've already installed the compressor and everything's together on the bike, the easiest way to do this is going to be to remove the frunk and splice into the wires at the fuse boxes. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to the back of the Spyder to the plug for the compressor. And you're going to cut the wire that's the light blue with the black tracer that goes to plug ACS2. Splice a wire there and run that wire back to the new ACS relay to the coil side of it. Okay? And the other side of that coil on that relay is going to go to ground. Okay, next, grab the plug that goes to the ACS compressor, and on the wire that you cut right there, splice in another wire and run that wire back up to the new ACS relay and hook it up to the output contact of that relay. You notice on my drawing I have a 20 amp fuse there. That's because the relay that I bought has a built-in fuse. I put in a 20 amp fuse. That particular relay can handle up to 30 amps. Okay, the last wire we have to hook up is going to be directly from the battery. So put a fuse link in there. It suggests 20 amps there. And run that wire directly over to the common contact on the new relay. So now what will happen is when the ACS relay in the fuse box energizes, it's going to energize the new relay that you put in, and when that relay pulls in, it's going to send 12 volts directly to the compressor, and that'll take care of your blowing fuse problem. Now, if you have to do this after you've installed the compressor and everything's together, it's easier to take off the frunk and go to the wiring right behind the fuse box. Now, the wire cutting and the splicing we're going to do is on the same wire as before, except we're up at the other end. Okay, this is going to be the light blue wire with the black tracer coming off of the ACS relay that's in the fuse box. And remember, if you have a different bike than I do, which is a 2011 RTS, you may have different wiring colors, so please have a set of prints available for your bike. This short video is showing you how to remove the fuse box because you have to get behind it. On each side of the fuse box there's a steel clip, and just pry it out a little bit and the fuse box comes right out. In the still picture, you're going to see where I spliced into the wire from the ACS relay that's in the fuse box. There's one wire going out, one wire going in. The relay that I'm showing you is the one I used. I got it off of Amazon, and I chose it because it has a place for a built-in fuse, and it makes it a very compact setup. These next two pictures show you how I mounted the relays. There's actually two of them there. One is for the ACS, the other one is for a horn. And in addition to that, there's a terminal strip. Okay, to test the system, certain conditions must be met. 1, the engine must be running. 2, you must be in gear, either forward or reverse. 3, the parking brake must be off. And 4, all the rear compartments must be closed. And I don't know why they have that one, but that is part of it. You have to have all 3 compartments closed. And the airbag must be empty. You can open or you can bleed it by opening the Schrader valve. And then you finally have to apply weight, which means stand on a foot peg or sit on the seat, and in just a moment you should feel the bike rise up. The other thing you want to do if the frunk has been removed and you haven't installed it yet is slide it close up to the Spyder and then connect the air temperature sensor, which is going to be one of the wires on the right side of the frunk. If you don't do that, you're going to get a code. It still allows the bike to run, but you'll have that code and it could be confusing for you. After a successful test, all you have to do is button it up and be on your merry way. I hope this helped you, and I appreciate you watching my video.